My PT told me to do was to put something on the ground. Well, she told me to actually put it on like a really smooth surface. And then you take your foot, which I've seen on YouTube as well, but for those of you who haven't seen it yet, here it goes. Then you just take the cloth and you take your big toe and you scrunch the cloth together like that. But do it so that, you know, you have it all scrunched underneath your feet. And come on, come on. And my physical therapist told me to do this about, at first she said 30 times. That was when I was about 7 weeks post-op. And then the next week I met with another PT, I guess, who was the stand-in for my first PT, and she said to do that 50 times. So I'm now doing it 50 times, 3 times per session, 3 times a day. So I started doing this on my own, which is basically the same concept, but I just take my little toe spacer and drop it and pick it up and drop it. Pick it up, drop it. That whole thing. I've been doing this now along with doing this, so I'm not letting that go. Now, when I first began PT, my physical therapist told me to go like this. So she told me to get on the balls of my feet and then just lift up like that. Now that was when I was 7 weeks post-op. The next week, 8 weeks post-op, they told me to stand on the balls of my feet and go up and down like this, holding for about 2 seconds and then going back down. And they told me to do this 15 times. And I do that until I just can't do it anymore. I'd probably do it more than 15 times, but, you know, she said it is okay to do more than, you know, what they tell you to do. But I'm noticing that you really can't overstress your joint because it'll be so swollen and then so painful that it wouldn't be worth it. Because then because then at that point you'll be skipping exercise. It's going to be so painful. So do it to the point where you know it's not too bad. Just don't do it. Just don't overdo it, is what I have to tell you. Because, I mean, you'll realize it yourself if you ever start to overdo it, but I don't know, maybe you'll just listen to me and... But yeah, that's what I do. Here's another useful tip. What they say to do, my PT told me to do, is to take something that wraps around your foot and that you can pull your leg up with. The purpose of this activity is to stretch your hamstrings so that they don't get too tight, you know, from being on bed rest. So make sure that you're filling the pool. If you're having problems with the scar, like for most people they're really sensitive wherever the incision was, and it's just like every little thing that it touches, it hurts. It's really hypersensitive. So what my PT told me to do was to take something really, really harsh in texture and to rub it vigorously. Now you would think this would do more damage, but what it does is it tells the brain nerves that this isn't a bad thing and to calm down. So your nerves would actually, the more you rub it, you'll feel that they are less sensitive in the end. She told me to do this for about 2 to 5 minutes for about 5 to 6 times a day. Now I didn't need to do it that long. I didn't need to do it that many times throughout the day because right now my scar is not sensitive like it used to be. Not nearly as much. It's still a little bit sensitive sometimes, so I just rub it and then it just goes away completely, like right now. You know, it's not really sensitive at all. it's sore from like massaging. Range of motion, my PT also told me to massage my scar, which I do every day because I've noticed that it really, really, really does help. It helps with the swelling after exercises. It helps with loosening up the scar tissue, and it just feels really, really good. To help with your balancing issue that you more than likely will have, you stand on the foot that you had your surgery on, and then you hold that stance for about 10 seconds, put your foot back down, and then do it again for about 9 more times.